Canary Wharf. The flashing white light is for the planes that are passing by. We have an airport nearby, so we often see planes passing low by. What's there to do in Canary Wharf? Many people ask. There's a few restaurants and bars, there's a small shopping centre as well you can visit. And if you want to walk around, what I can recommend is go on a weekend. They're not very busy, you can see. The bankers don't work weekends. Nothing worse than 100,000 in one place. From Lord of the Rings, Sir Ian McKellen's book. Up ahead on the left, where you see all the tall skyscrapers, then the area is called Canary Wharf. And Monday to Friday, home to 100,000 bankers. So we have offices for banks here. The building with the pyramid at the top and the flashing called to tackle piracy. And they say the oldest uniformed police force in the entire world. On the right here, the area is called River Thames. If there's any Americans on board, we have American history. Where you see the white church spire, this is St. Mary's Church of River Thames. But buried in the grounds of St. Mary's, we have a famous man, Captain Christopher Jones, the captain of the Mayflower ship that left London and carried the Pilgrim Fathers to the New World, the promised land, what we call today America. And you see there the stripes and stars, that's the Mayflower pub. Normally we have a British flag here as well on the pole, but they've removed it for some. So one of the most famous voyages in history. On the left-hand side of us, so we have a few more warehouses, a new train wharf, and Metropolitan Wharf. Now you may be wondering what the word wharf stands for. Wharf stands for Warehouse at River Front. Tea clippers like the Cutty Sark would have travelled from countries like Australia and China are delivering tea to the warehouses we pass. When we get down to Greenwich, I'll point out the Cutty Sark. It's a museum today. On the left here, the White Building, the oldest pub, they say. The Prospect of Whitby, originally called the Pelican, but it got renamed. That pub also has had many nicknames, such as the Devil's Punch Bowl. It's all the criminals used to drink inside. Pirates, murderers. If you visit the Prospect of Whitby today, not much has changed. We still have criminals inside, like lawyers, bankers, estate agents. You'll find them in it. And the area of London on the left, and look at the distance, you see a grey building with a blue roof. This is the Royal London Hospital in the East End of London. And this is where we have Whitechapel. Whitechapel was made famous from Jack the Ripper. And this is where the Jack the Ripper murders took place. The Jack the Ripper murdered young women. On the left here, we are passing the Red Bricks building called Free Trade Wharf. So it looks a bit like a Lego set assembled by a bunch of children. But the architect of the building, he was a smart man, so designed that way. So every apartment gets a riverside balcony and a riverside view, which doubles the profit for all apartments inside Free Trade. And we don't pass many houses, all these buildings, these are apartments and flats. But if you look to your left here, we have one of the nicest properties along the banks of the river. So the sandy coloured building with the glass conservatory, the circle window, and the lovely garden. construct buildings, the architect designed the buildings to resemble something. Designed to resemble three marching French soldiers. The marching soldiers. Looks nothing like marching soldiers. What I tend to think the buildings resemble is a ship. That's my guess. As we pass all abundance landmarks, once you finish taking ladies and gentlemen, a very good afternoon for the passengers that have just joined us. On the boat you're travelling on, Millennium Peace, carries on board the boat life-saving equipment, life jackets, life rings and life rafts. These are all marked and labelled throughout the boat with green and cream stickers. Your crew on board are treated for any event of an emergency that may take place. In a very unlikely event, just remain calm and seated. We have toilets on board, downstairs at the back. We also have a bar as well, so the bar is open. And the smoking area on board along the back of the open top deck. An observatory, at one point a zoo, but most famously remembered as a place of execution, torture, imprisonment. On the right here, you see the words written on a wall, entry to the Traitor's Gate. That's the only thing you cannot see within the tower itself. Years ago, once a fully serviceable archery, London's first inside, saw action during World War II and the Korean War. Last fired her guns in anger during the Korean War. Alongside the Belfast, we have a cruise ship. Many cruise ships, large warships, they moor up alongside the Belfast, so we often see many, especially during the summer months. They stay here for a few days and they head back out to sea. The bridge in front of us is Tower Bridge, designed in the Gothic style to blend in with its surroundings, the Tower of London. And the centre parts forming the roadway of Tower Bridge, they lift. They open at a 90 degrees angle to allow big ships that require the bridge to open, like the one behind us, in and out of this part of the River Thames. If you've never seen the bridge open, so you may want to see it open, Tower Bridge lifting times. The website has all the dates and times of when the bridge will next be opening.